Somewhere near you, right now, there's a Honda dealer with 3 SUVs parked out front. Shoppers walk right past them every day. The car magazines shrug at them. One of them got called, and this is a real quote from a major review site. Woefully underpowered, and I'm about to tell you why. If you're 55 or better, those 3 might be the smartest buys on that whole lot. Because here's what nobody tells you. The stuff reviewers complain about, most of it is stuff you will never use. And the stuff you actually need, the safety gear, the comfort, the easy way in and out, that's hiding in the middle of the trim sheet where almost nobody looks. Today, I'll give you the exact 3, the exact trim to buy on each, the ones to avoid, and one 10-second test to run at the dealer before you sign. And number one is the SUV you've probably already talked yourself out of. Quick favor before number 3. If you've ever felt like car reviews are written for somebody half your age, hit the like button, because this whole video is for you. All right. Number 3. The Honda CR-V. I know what you're thinking. Everybody recommends the CR-V. That's no secret. And you're right. It's one of the best-selling vehicles in the whole country. But here's the twist. Almost everybody buys the wrong one. And when reviewers knock this car, they always say the same 2 things. It's plain, it's boring. The cabin isn't exciting. Read that complaint again, slowly. Plain and boring means real knobs for the heat and the radio. Buttons you can find with your fingers without taking your eyes off the road. Even Consumer Reports came out and said that simple cabin is a selling point for folks who are tired of giant screens and clever menus. That's not a weakness. That's the reason to buy it. Add wide door openings, roomy front seats, and a turning circle around 37 feet. And parking lots stop being a wrestling match. But there are 3 traps on the CR-V, and this is where good people mess up. Trap 1. The cheapest trim. The LX. Do not buy it. It's missing blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert. Those 2 features watch the exact spots your neck doesn't turn to check like it did at 40. Every other CR-V trim has them. The base one doesn't. Skip it. Trap 2. The hybrid. I know, everyone on the internet says get the hybrid. But the battery sits under the cargo floor, so that floor is about 2 inches higher than the gas model, and you give up a little space too. 2 inches doesn't sound like much until you're lifting groceries over that lip twice a week for the next 10 years. If you drive 6,000 or 7,000 miles a year, the fuel savings are small, and your back pays for every dollar of them. Get the gas engine. Trap 3. The fancy trims with the big wheels. Bigger wheels mean thinner tires, a rougher ride, and more road noise. And road noise has been a CR-V complaint forever. So, the CR-V EX, gas engine, and make it a 2026. The earlier ones had a steering recall. It's a free fix, but why start there when the clean year is sitting on the same lot? One honest thing before we move on. The 2026 CR-V didn't win a top safety award this year, and a few of its rivals did. It's not an unsafe car. It just didn't take home the trophy. Which brings me straight to number 2, because the little car that did win the trophy is the one everybody makes fun of. Number 2. The Honda HR-V. This is the punching bag of the Honda family. That woefully underpowered quote from the top of the video, that was about this car. Reviewers knocked the slow acceleration and the noise when you floor it, and you know what? They're not wrong. If you need to fly up an on-ramp or pass 3 cars on a 2-lane highway, this is not your car. But be honest with me about your actual driving. The store, church, the doctor, picking up the grandkids. Rarely in a hurry, almost never flat out. The HR-V has never once failed at that job. Every single complaint about this car is about speed you are not going to use. Now here's what they leave out of the headline. The HR-V earned a Top Safety Pick Plus, the highest award the Insurance Safety Institute gives. And that little plus sign matters more than you'd think, because part of earning it is having good headlight standard. Every trim, not just the expensive one. Our night vision isn't what it was at 40. And on this car, You don't pay extra to see the road after dark. It's also just easy to live with. Easy in, easy out. Even the critics praise that part. Easy to park, cheap to buy, cheap to insure, cheap to feed. But I owe you 2 warnings and 1 piece of homework. Warning 1, same trap as the CRV, only worse. The base LX has no blind spot monitoring, and on the HRV, you can't add it. Not as an option, not at any price. Skip the LX. Warning 2, the sporty wheels. One owner found the 18-inch wheels rode so rough that he had the dealer swap them for 17s, and suddenly the car was smooth and quiet. So aim for the EXL, low 30s, all the safety gear, none of the harsh ride, in your homework. Before you sign anything, walk to the back of the car and open the tailgate. Then reach up and close it. One longtime Honda owner, 6 Hondas over the years, and a senior herself, wrote that the liftgate opens so high and so heavy she can't reach it, and she misses the grab handles her older Hondas had above the doors. Stand there and find out. 10 seconds, and it decides this car. One last small thing. One professional tester found the adaptive cruise control a little jumpy. It braked for cars that weren't even in his lane. If that kind of thing drives you crazy, test it on the highway before you buy. And now, number 1, the Honda Pilot. I can hear you from here. That's the big family one. Too big, too much money. That's for the young couple with 4 kids and a dog. And the car press mostly agrees with you. They call the Pilot middle of the pack. Not flashy, thirsty. And the third row is cramped. Now do what we've been doing this whole video. Read those complaints as a retired person. Not flashy? You're not buying flash. The third row is cramped? You're never going to open it, and when it's folded flat, this thing swallows over 111 cubic feet of cargo. The luggage, the walker, the folding chairs, the entire garage sale. Thirsty, at 6,000 or 7,000 miles a year, the difference is a couple $100. That's the whole penalty, and look what you get back. Consumer Reports calls the ride comfortable, the cabin quiet, and the controls easy to use. This is a big, soft, calm highway car with a high seat and a wide-open view of the road ahead. Long trips to see the family stop being something you brace for. But here's the part that made it number 1 for me. Honda dropped the cheap base trim on the Pilot, so blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert come standard on every single one. The CRV has a wrong trim. The HRV has a wrong trim. The Pilot doesn't. You can't accidentally buy the unsafe version. And for 2026, a big 12-inch screen is standard too, so the backup view is bigger and easier on your eyes. Honest drawbacks, because every car has them. The front roof pillars are thick and the mirrors are big, so on your test drive, pull up to a left turn and check your sight lines for yourself. One test found it takes a bit longer to stop in a panic than some rivals, so leave extra room. The push-button shifter takes about a week to feel normal, and it's a genuinely big vehicle. Over 200 inches. Measure your garage before you fall in love. Money talk. The Pilot Sport is your way in. Sticker in the low 40s, and dealers will negotiate. If it's still a stretch, ask if they have last year's model on the lot. That can pull the price down nicely. Just know the trade. The 2025 has the smaller screen and the older camera setup. Cheaper car, smaller screen, older eyes. Only you can make that call. Just make it with your eyes open. So there it is. 3 Hondas the reviewers wrinkle their noses at. And every single complaint belongs to a driver who isn't you. And did you catch the pattern? On all 3, the cheap trim quietly takes away your safety equipment. The fancy trim quietly takes away your comfort. The right answer, every single time, was sitting in the middle of the trim sheet. Nobody on that lot is going to tell you that. Now you know. Before you go, do me 2 favors. First, drop a comment, which one of these 3 would you park in your driveway? And if you already own one, tell us how it's treating you. People here really do read the comments, and your 2 sentences might help somebody's mom or dad pick the right car. Second, if straight answers beat hype for you, subscribe and tap that bell. We make these videos for drivers who've been around long enough to know better, and there's a new one every week. Take care of yourself, drive safe, and I'll see you in the next one.